there's a theme that's coming up, one of them coming up within my coaching and readings. I'm 2 weeks into some coaching, so and my readings are often bringing up people doubting themselves and not believing in themselves, not recognizing how wonderful they are, how courageous they are, how incredible things that they have done are, because they feel like they're in the middle of a transition and in the middle of in the middle of things that are uncomfortable and wanting to be out of the situation. But if you actually stop and be present and I guess reflect on how you got where you are, yes, there may be a mountain or a difficulty in front of you and you want over and finished, and you want to be somewhere else, somewhere different. You want to have the friends, you want to have the ex out of your life, that kind of thing. But the achievement that you've already done, I think our society doesn't like people talking about how good they are and how well they've done. As a person, as an individual, we don't give ourselves credit for where we've come from and where we are and what we've gone through. The courage it takes to move to a different country. There's someone the other day, and give a good life to your children and make sure they're okay before you. And I guess society just teaches us to feel we're not enough, we're not doing well enough, it's all negative. But when I think about it, I can see in people some really positive, great things, and they don't acknowledge it, and then they don't want to believe it. People are divorced or separated, but they're doing it, they're getting on with their life. They're in a different job, they're in a different situation, they've moved house, moved country, but they've done it. And here they are with difficulties in front of them, or perceived difficulties in front of them. But celebrate how much courage it took to change, how much dedication and strength and resilience. People can adapt to anything. One of the things that I always remember, always have in mind is you're never given any more than you can handle. Sometimes it feels very heavy and very tough and very rough and like, oh, why is this happening to me? But if you couldn't handle it, it wouldn't be given to you. The universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, life, always presents you with, even though it may be difficult, things that you are capable of navigating. So I have the belief that I'm always protected, which is why I've never had a hassle by someone telling me to move, or except someone who didn't want Venus in their view when I parked at Redhead Bluff, and later they realised they liked me there because I kept the riffraff away. But I don't get fined. I don't park where you can get fined by rangers and things like that. I don't get hassled in Venice at all. And I've been living this way for 2 years, more than 2 years, and I don't, I haven't had a fine. I haven't been hassled. I haven't been in a situation that I couldn't handle or get myself out of. I trust my intuition. If I'm uncomfortable, I move, and I've done that. Not in the middle of the night, but I would if I had the awareness in the middle of the night to move. I love this bridge. It's a nice suspension bridge. Get a bit of a ride on it. Yeah. Celebrating where you are, not where you want to be, because that will come. Celebrating where you are, in the present. Okay, it's not sunny here, but man, it's beautiful. Someone just lives there. if this is their backyard. How awesome is that? It's suburbia. I'm not a city girl anymore. I lived in Sydney for 25 years, God knows how. That was definitely a different version of me. Anyway, yeah. Change is an inevitable part of life. The more you resist, the more difficult it is, but go with the flow. And I chose to live on the Sunshine Coast. I won't end up here, but I do love it. I love coming back visiting here, and this is one of the reasons. On this new path that wasn't here last time, and that bridge wasn't here last time, but anyway. Nothing scary happens in my readings. My coaching is empowerment coaching, unafraid to be yourself. Because we are all individuals. Society wants us to all be the same, but we're not. That's why there's so many screwed up people in the world at the moment. They're trying to get everyone to be the same, and we're not the same. Everybody has their own unique gifts and talents and things they're good at. I mean, Jesus, I have things I'm not good at. Painting, house painting, that kind of stuff. There are some things I can't do. But then there's a lot that I can and have learned. And keep learning. I believe that there's no mistakes in life, that it's always a lesson. Everything happens for a reason. That's one of my coaching clients, she's like, no, happens for a reason. Yep. She wanted some situation to be over by August, and now it's September and there's no end in sight, but it will happen. Just when universal timing, God's timing, Spirit's timing, not our timing. Anything forced has no power. If you try and force something, it generally backfires on you. It does backfire on you. Just go with the flow. Walk your own path. And I can be here to guide you if you need support. Don't worry, I've got support as well. I've got supportive friends, and yeah. My coaching coach. So, you're never alone. And if you feel alone, maybe you need a coach or a reading from me. You never know. Anyway, I'm the kind of woman that meets people at sunsets and sunrises. Because if people like doing that, they're my kind of people, right? I love the colours of the light. And I did a photo shoot on a beach at sunset and changed right there on the beach. Might have given someone a thrill, I don't know. I didn't pay any attention. 5 times, or 4 times. I had 5 outfits. How good are these birds? Sun mightn't be out, but it's still beautiful here. Much love, everyone.